Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are here talking about the total lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in the sign of Virgo, happening on the 13th or 14th of March 2025, depending on where you are in the world. If you are on the Pacific coast of North America, Pacific time zone, this is going to happen for you at 11:54 p.m. at the height on the 13th, and everywhere else it's going to be on the 14th. Okay. So the majority of people are going to see this on the 14th. But it is a total lunar eclipse. So it is a big deal. And what do eclipses bring? Well, first, we've got the energy of a full moon. So full moons can be the end of a cycle. It can be a karmic cycle. It can just be a cycle in your life. Full moons can, have us reaping what we've sown, so we can get rewards. We can get things that manifest in our lives. We can get new insights to things at a full moon because it does tend to be a little bit more spiritual. Emotions are heightened, and sometimes this can bring some heightened awareness for us as well. And we are in Pisces season also. Yes, the full moon is in Virgo, but we are in Pisces season up to the 20th of March. So this can certainly be where we do have those heightened insights. We get some spiritual awakenings going on. Pay attention to your dreams because you could have some very interesting ones at this time. But full moons are really good for healing as well, and of course, letting things go. Virgo energy, right? The full moon, we've got the influence of Virgo. And Virgo is a very down-to-earth energy. The ruler is Mercury, who is going retrograde. So we do have that going on as well. We've got two retrogrades, okay, happening at the same time as this full moon. But we do have the Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house. Your 6th house is all about your health, happiness, well-being on all levels. Okay, your spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. Virgo is very connected with your gut health. So some of you may be really kind of assessing your eating habits. Maybe there's no other goal other than, eating healthier, right? Maybe you've been eating too many processed foods, too much fast food, instant food that we get from the grocery store. And, maybe you're going to look at eating more whole foods, more vegetables, or more home cooked foods, right? And you'll probably see a really big difference in your energy level, in your digestive system, things like that, right? So it can be really helpful. And of course, one of the side effects is maybe you've got more energy and, maybe you would lose a little bit of weight, but the main goal might be just to eat healthier a little bit, whole foods kind of thing. So that can come up with Virgo energy. Some of you may be looking to ditch some sedentary lifestyle. You want to get a little bit more fit. So you might start an exercise regime. Maybe you start a spiritual practice or get back into practicing, your spiritual self there. Do some more meditation, whatever that looks like to you. Some of you, of course, the 6th house is being of service to others, helping people out a little bit. And it is associated with pets as well. So some of you are going to get a pet. Perhaps if you've had one that's crossed the rainbow bridge, your heart is opening up for a new one. Or perhaps, unfortunately, some of you might, need to let one of your little fur babies go, unfortunately. But there's a healing element that comes here as well. And maybe it's because it's, time, right? Sometimes that's just the way you have to make those difficult decisions. But if you are in a position where maybe you're not quite ready to have a pet, maybe you give back to your community in some way. Maybe you volunteer as a dog walker at your local animal shelter or something. And this can help out pets in need, right? Even if you can't have one yourself. So the 6th house can certainly bring this big healing element. Some of you could be, have a job change in line for you, in store for you, if you're not happy where you are, you're not getting paid what you're worth. Venus retrograde has us thinking about that, thinking about your worth, your value, how you make your money, what resources are available to you, how you create a better circumstance for yourself. So Venus retrograde can be very helpful in that because we are in this reflecting mode, right? That's one of the important things to remember about this lunar eclipse. It is about reflection. Two retrogrades get a bad rap, and sometimes rightfully so, but we need to remember the words when it comes to retrogrades. They slow us down a little bit. They have us taking a step back. We reassess, reevaluate, regroup, refocus, renew, and sometimes even revive. We can get something that comes back around again for us, or maybe someone, if that's in the cards for you. It can be fated events. It can be unexpected surprises, especially where eclipses are involved. Okay. And those retrogrades on top of that. So it's like layers on layers of, I don't know what's happening, but something is shifting for me. So just keep your eyes open for that. But with the 6th house, Virgo energy, really focusing on your daily patterns, habits, routines. Where do you work? Do you drive long distances? Do you want to work from home? Are you leaving a career behind because maybe you've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, or it just doesn't do it for you anymore? It doesn't give you any kind of satisfaction anymore. You might be considering a job change there for yourself as well. So you might be starting to put the feelers out, okay, with that. One of the things that can happen with eclipses is we do tend to feel ungrounded and a little bit carried away. So like I said, I can't really express this enough. Let's take a step back. Okay, reflect, refocus, reassess something, evaluate something, ask some questions, okay? Because retrograde energies on top of eclipses can have us being really impulsive. Emotions can run high, conversations get out of control, opportunity, if we want to call it that, for miscommunication is very rampant at this time as well, especially once Mercury goes retrograde also in Aries on the 14th, same day as the eclipse. Okay, so it's like, big shocking, could be a shocking announcement, whether it's something close to home for you, or it could be something out in the world, right? Can come out there as well. So it's going to be important to keep your wits about you, connect with your heart, think before you speak, sleep on something instead of being impulsive, and of course, really connect with your heart, connect with your spirit, connect with your spiritual practice, do a little soul searching. Virgo is very connected with soul searching, okay? Because eclipses are a wild card, right? Wild card energy, shocks, surprises, fated events, and all of that. And so sometimes we just can't see something coming. And there is a huge energy of endings with this eclipse. Okay, not just because it's a full moon, which can bring endings anyway, but also this is happening at 23 degrees and 57 minutes. And when we have an eclipse there, we round up to 24 degrees. And if you follow degree astrology at all, 24th degree is Pisces degree, which is the last sign of the zodiac. And so this can bring some powerful endings before we head into our brand new astrological new year. So whether it's, again, that it can be really supportive if you're trying to break a habit, right? We'll say that right now. Or if you're trying to leave something behind, that some baggage that you've been carrying with you, or maybe some relationships, friendships, romantic relationships that you've been trying to shake for a while, or you just know haven't been healthy for you, right? This can be where we just make that final decision. We're like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I can't do this anymore. But whatever your situation is, just remember that there can be some very heightened emotions at this eclipse, at this full moon, okay? One word to note, Saturn is tightly conjunct the sun at this lunation, and the sun, of course, is in opposition to the moon when we've got a full moon, and so this can be a big reality check. Saturn, of course, is the planet that likes us to set goals, get down to reality, likes to teach us life lessons, of course, and can really say, because Saturn is a heavy energy, and it can really say, hey, time to make a plan. Stop it with this wishy-washy Pisces energy, right? Get a plan in place. You want to have a dream? What are you dreaming about? Your imagination is a wonderful thing, but we don't want to live in fantasy. We want to come into reality. So how can you turn your dreams into reality? What's stopping you? What is opposing you, right? The sun wants to go forward, and the moon, right, in Virgo, South Node energy is holding you back. So where is your breakthrough? Because one is at hand, okay? And Saturn is actually helping you to do that by putting something down on paper. What are you dreaming of? Put it on paper. What is your first step? you don't always need to look past the first step, because the first step is helping us to get our toe out of our comfort zone. And then it's like, oh, nothing bad happened. Okay, I'll take another step. And I'll take another step, and I'll take another step, and eventually we snowball. So this can really be a very helpful energy for you to get your dreams into reality. But we do have to put some goals down, or we do have to, put a little bit of a framework together to give us a sense of direction. Okay, it can always be changed, can always be adjusted. Okay, but we've got to start somewhere. And if we don't take that first step, we'll forever be right where we are. And that's not always fulfilling on whatever level for us. We're meant to go forward. We're not meant to stay in a comfort zone. Humanity did not evolve by staying in a comfort zone. Okay, so it's time to just do a little bit of something there. Even if it's something that you always wanted to try, some wild, audacious dream that you always wanted to do. I always wanted to go ziplining, or I always wanted to do bungee jumping, or I always wanted to travel, to wherever. What's stopping you, right? Time to put that dream into motion. Will it all come to fruition tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, but you can at least get started. All right. Big reminder there for that moon. Okay. So where will we see this eclipse? Well, it depends. It actually has a huge path of potential visibility. Of course, depends on your weather. Let's see. It's and don't forget, the path of totality for an eclipse does tend to be where we get news. Okay, it can be some interesting news. It can be some surprising news, some shocking news. It can be something, joyous, right? We just never know. But the path of totality, we've got all of North America, the western half of South America, partially visible in the UK, parts of Europe, parts of Africa, and Australia. So we do have a lot of people that can potentially really see this eclipse. It is also called a blood moon eclipse, so it could be really interesting to watch. Anyway, that is the energy update that I have for you guys for your eclipses. And so we're going to get into your sign and pull some cards for you. Again, timestamp down below. If you're watching the long video, all of the signs are on this one video. If you're just watching your single video, because I'm breaking them up a little bit, just helps people find them a little bit easier, then I'll put the links to the other videos down below as well, so you can just click around. And again, make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising, your big three, but also watch your Venus sign, because Venus is, of course, playing a key role in this eclipse as well. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck in this eclipse energy, and let's get started. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. So, are you guys ready for some interesting happenings around your career? So, the lunar eclipse is happening in your 10th astrological house. This is tied to Saturn and Capricorn energy. So, this is about getting real. This is about some sort of goals that you either need to set, to write down. You need to be disciplined. Okay, or this is where your previous actions are paying off for you. Remember, a full moon can bring something to fruition for you. It might be something that you didn't expect. It might be a little bit surprising. This lunation does have, a big energy around it about endings, okay? But it can certainly be something just centering around change, right? What is old is new again, or something old needs to leave and we're embracing something new and more powerful. So some of you could be in alignment for a promotion, for a bonus, for a raise, maybe even a new job, or maybe a brand new career path itself. The 10th house does speak to your reputation, your public image, your status in the world. So this can be changing here as well. This can be a time of growth for sure. But expect the unexpected. So even though there's an eclipse in your 10th house, it might be something that's not necessarily about you. Okay. It might be something around you. So there could be some shakeups, something that you didn't expect in your workplace. And even though it's not necessarily you that's maybe quitting or changing positions or whatever, but maybe someone else. And it might impact you in some way, or you can just be a conscious observer, and then maybe you just have some decisions to make. Do I still want to stay here? Do I like the changes that are going on? Do I hate the changes that are going on? Okay. Some of you may have been going through some of this already. You may have been feeling some of this already. I'm a Sagittarius rising, and I know I have. All right. I had 2 people. I manage a bunch of people in my muggle job, and I had 2 key people quit within 4 days of each other. Anyway, so certainly was a little bit shocking. Even I didn't expect it. I knew someone was quitting. I didn't think it was my people. But anyways, so, the cards aren't always exact detail, right? So there could be something like that going on. So just keep your wits about you. All right. And, try and observe a little bit and just kind of like take in whatever is going on. But like I said, there could certainly be something, fame and fortune could be headed your way in some way with this 10th house energy. All right. But there could certainly be a little opposition, though, between work and home. Because the sun is in your 4th house, and the sun shines light, brings clarity, and the sun certainly can bring growth and optimism and joy. So there could be something here where maybe you've decided that you need to look for another job because you want to buy a house and have stability and security, but where you are right now, you ain't going to get it, right? So you could be looking to the future to do something around your home, around your family, to build that good foundation for yourself and to get yourself some financial security for your future. Let's grab your moon card. We've got dark moon, the void. All right, card number 1. Some of you are going to, the dark moon comes in right before the new moon. So some of you may have already kind of come to some conclusions or have done a little bit of inner reflection, soul searching kind of stuff right before the new moon that we had in Pisces, okay, at the end of February. Some of you here, by the time the void moon comes up before the solar eclipse, this is where maybe you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel for something. Okay, when we're in the void, it can certainly be, sometimes we feel like we've hit rock bottom a little bit. Sometimes we're like, oh my goodness, it can't get any worse. The only way is up, right? Sometimes we go into this darkness to heal or to reflect or to figure some things out. We do talk about the new moon being about new beginnings and, things like that, right? New people, new opportunities. But we forget about the dark moon before that, which is a very important place to go sometimes. We don't want to live there. We don't want to stay there. But think of it like as the full moon, the lunar eclipse. We get rid of everything that it just not working, right? Just not working for us anymore. And now we're left with, like, say, an empty well or an empty vase, but it's ready to be filled. And it's ready to be filled with something wonderful. So what are you filling your well with? Right? What are you leaving behind? What are you changing? What are you ending so that all of this new fresh energy can come in? And for some of us, it's just our matter of self-worth. For some of us, it's getting out of our comfort zone. For some of it's making these big changes. We've got to leave something behind to get that something better, right? And if we don't do that work before the something better comes in, then we don't have room for the something new, right? So, focus on clearing things away, because this void moon, this dark moon, shows that you need to cleanse and purge to receive the something wonderful, right? And it doesn't mean you need to go storming into your boss's office and say, I'm done with this place, and march out in the blaze of glory. Don't put yourself at risk or at detriment. Okay. But energetically we can clear. Thought-wise we can clear, right? And we just prepare. We have renewal. Beautiful. So this is a time to recharge, refresh, refocus, regroup, and renewal. Renewal, you could have a second chance at something that you thought you had missed, coming back around again. This is your opportunity to renew or to revive something here. A career, a creative project, Maybe you've been in a place where something that you do on the side, you thought, oh my goodness, I used to make good money at this and something's dried up and I don't know if I want to keep doing it. Renewal. It could come back to life. This can be you coming back to life. Using your magic to create the life that you want. Remember that power lies within you. And it's time to take your power back. So believe in yourself no matter what you got going on. Let's get you a fortune card and see what your fortune says for you. Take the time to listen to a friend. Truly listen. Nurture the bonds of fellowship by creating a special time for someone you may have neglected lately. Share laughter, stories, and moments of genuine connection. It is during such interludes that relationships blossom and grow stronger. Don't worry if your advice isn't the best. Putting in the effort to tell a compatriot that you are there to listen and be their friend is always the better way. Just listening and being there for someone can mean more to a true friend than the fanciest restaurant meal. Maybe you have a friend going through the dark moon. Your lucky numbers: 49, 3, 95, 93, 6, and 23. That's what I've got for you, Saggy. Good luck in this lunation. Stay tuned. I will be putting out solar eclipse readings as well. But let's navigate this energy, shall we? All right. I thank you for watching. See you guys later.